Home of the Georgia Storm as they take on today's visitors, Apotheos FC. Georgia Storm would like to thank its sponsors, Evans Auto Group, Stafford Productions, Printers Ale, La Estacion Hacienda, San Antonio, City Tavern, and Tacos California. Don't forget to visit the concession stand. Here are your starting lineups. First, for the visitors, Apotheos. Number 1, Henry Pleites. Number 2, Halhaji Tampadu. Number 5, Abrima Damfer. Number 6, Kendall Edwards. Number 7, Wilfried Camden. Number 8, Gilbert Leonard. Number 10, Blake White. Number 11, Gio Rios. Number 18, Mustafa Dante. Number 20, Lamin Cisse. And number 21, Mohamed Lamin Gerarou. And now for the starting lineup of your Georgia Storm. In goal, number 1, Robert Bailey. Number 2, Julio Neto. Number 3, Greg Stratton. Number 4, Andrew Elkin. Number 5, Cesar Ripper. Number 8, Spencer Van Buster. Number 9, Damian Dominguez. Number 10, Mauro Gutierrez. Number 11, Justin White. Number 13, Kevin Pierre. And number 15, Hanan Denise. Please stand for the national anthem. Let's go.
Welcome in, soccer fans, to the University of West Georgia. It's time for NPSL action as Georgia Storm take on Apotheos FC. I'm Jessica Chum, delighted to bring you into today's broadcast, a beautiful day in Carrollton, Georgia, and what is set up to be an exciting match of soccer. These two sides extremely familiar with each other, having faced each other just a week ago. Apotheos with a 90-minute goal in the 1-0 heartbreaking loss for Georgia Storm. It was Nicholas Moaka, the goal scorer in that game. However, The starting lineup for Apotheos extremely different today. They do sit number 1 in the table currently, 4-2-0, unbeaten. Georgia Storm at the bottom of the table, still searching for that elusive first victory. But tonight is a game that Georgia Storm very much will feel like they can pick up those 3 points. Apotheos come into this one with a very different lineup. They're split today between the U19 matchup against Atlanta United in UPSL action and have not traveled their normal squad, and it's not as competitive as maybe you would expect to see for Apotheos. On the flip side, Georgia Storm with many of their regulars returning to that starting lineup. You look at Robert Bailey in goal, Julio Neto, Greg Stratton back into a more ordinary position now that the striker depth has been filled for Georgia Storm. See the blue flare set up by the Storm Chasers, looking to create a great atmosphere here in today's home game, as they always do for the Storm. Georgia Storm be extremely encouraged by the fact that despite losing the last time these two sides faced each other, it was by such a narrow margin. Georgia Storm will be in the white jerseys with the black stripes down the front. Almost looking a bit like a retro Juventus jersey. If you can see that reference, it will be Apotheos in the all-black jerseys with a slight red tinge to them. A little bit like an Atlanta United kit, if you might. It will be Apotheos FC with the early kickoff. Referee just waiting for Apotheos' number 1, Henry Pleites, the El Salvadorian goalkeeper, to find his way into his 18-yard box. In goal for Storm will be Robert Bailey. Referee will blow his whistle, and we're underway from the University of West Georgia. Dampfer wearing the captain's armband, one of those familiar faces for Apotheos today in the starting lineup. Apotheos will like to build out of their back line, enjoy the possession. Georgia Storm sat very deep in the last matchup between these two sides and were able to keep a shutout for 89 minutes, just broken down right at the end of that match. An early error on that far left side by Apotheos will see Georgia Storm with a throw-in deep in their attacking territory. Justin White will step up to take that one. Storm will knock it all the way back to Robert Bailey in goal, the Alabama Huntsville goalkeeper. Remind that NPSL often used as that bridge for college soccer players to get ready in the off-season for their next college season. There are still professional players across the leagues, but a lot of the time, if you have the current college players in your roster, you cannot have pros as well on the side for the eligibility. Ripper will knock it across his back line. Georgia Storm know how to play that total football building out the back, but have been thwarted often and not by defenses this season. Only 5 goals so far on the season. The worst attacking record in the league, getting opportunities, but just not being able to bury them. And Coach Bivens has said that a lot of that is down to the fact they haven't been able to keep strikers fit. They don't have that consistent goal scorer. No player on this Georgia Storm roster so far has scored more than a goal this season. Apotheos have less of that issue with 12 goals for, 5 goals against. Very stern defensively. Of course, Georgia Storm unable to break them down the last time these two sides faced each other. Tambadu switching it across to his skipper Dampfer. Nice high press from the Storm to try and catch Apotheos off guard, but they do play through the press nicely. Little turn by White. White with a big searching switch looking for Gio Rios. Gio Rios defended by Justin White. Rios switches across the 6. Camden back to Rios inside the 18. Good defending though by Georgia Storm. Gio Rios, the Clayton State All-Star Peach Belt Conference Player of the Year. An incredible talent on the ball now. Rios driving through challenges, edge of the 18. Gio Rios onto his right, leaves it. Leonard, strike from distance, a little deflection, skips, and we will have our first corner of this match. Apotheos FC will get an opportunity from this near side corner. We'll get another look at the play that led to the corner here. It was Gio Rios leaving the ball on a plate for Leonard. Leonard strikes it, but it's deflected away. Goalkeeper Bailey unable to stop it going out of play. It will be Gio Rios to take this corner out swinging. Rios cuts it to the edge of the box. The strike from distance from Tambadu will swing all the way out of play for a goal kick. As we get a look at that corner kick, we saw Rios go short, a training ground attempt, but Tambadu left a lot to be desired from that striking effort. Storm will build out of the back now from this goal kick. Starting with the short pass, then the long aerial switch, looking for Dominguez. Dominguez can't keep it in play, but Georgia Storm with an opportunity to press high on this deep throw-in. Should have been a foul throw from the referee, a blatant leg up in the air, but all so often we see referees turn a blind eye to those sorts of fouls. Checking in was Camden. Camden found Cisse, but Cisse's ball down that left-hand side blocked well by the defense of Georgia Storm. Georgia Storm looking confident in this one, pressing. They have been very good at taking leads in games, but they have conceded in 3 straight times after scoring. In the 3 games recently where they have scored a goal, they have conceded almost immediately afterwards. We're talking within 5 minutes of scoring a goal. Oftentimes the cliche is, of course, that you're most at risk of conceding after scoring because you do lack focus, and that lack of focus has been costly for Storm so far in this NPSL season. Near side switch to Leonard. Leonard to Tambadu. Tambadu with a little bit of trickery to try and thwart the defender. Beautiful spin by White. White creates a little bit of space for himself, but defended strongly by Neto. Neto with some very good defending at the corner, but he does knock it out for another corner kick for Apotheos. Will be a different corner kick taker for Apotheos now. An in swinging option from this near side. Plenty of bodies filling the box. Everyone back for Georgia Storm as it swung in towards the penalty spot. Cleared away. A risky clearance led to Dante gaining an opportunity to hit the volley that we'll get another look at here. The corner was fizzled in with a lot of pace, came to Dante. Dante struck, but body shape just not correct there, leaning back, always sailing over the crossbar. Goal kick taken short. Georgia Storm looking to build and then go long for that space over the top. The foot race is on. Dominguez putting on some pressure, turning up the gears. It's a difficult back pass into Jerewu. Jerewu finds Tambadu, gets it back. Storm seeing an opportunity to press, but that leaves the space now for Camden. Camden has an overlapping Cisse. Cisse threads in a pass, touch just off there as Rios outside of the 18. Rios, little stop and go, cuts it back to White. White defended nicely, able to find a cutting pass across to Leonard. Leonard strikes, deflected off of Cesar Ripper for another Apotheos corner that we get another look at. That phase of play that led to the corner kick. The strike was dangerous from Leonard. Good defending by Ripper to put his body on the line to deflect it out for the set piece. 3 corners in quick succession for Apotheos. It will be Lamin Jarwe to take this one. Jarwe finds the connecting delivery. There was appeals that it should be another corner, and Apotheos do get awarded it from the man in the middle. Jane stands by the corner, waiting to get the ball. Will be another outswinger from Lamin Jane. Lamin Jane deeper this time, headed away by the Storm. connected for a longer clearance as Cisse will recycle all the way back to Pleites in net. Apotheos looking for movement. It was Jarawu asking for a little bit more ahead of him. A little bit too stationary for Jarawu's liking. Rios opens his body nicely, looking for the big switch, knocks it across to this near side. Tambadu controls on the touchline, knocks it inside now to Leonard. Leonard with the big switching pass. Can't hold it, too hot to handle on the far side flank for Apotheos. Will be a throw-in for White and Georgia Storm. Justin White, a former CSA. Here is Spencer Van Buskirk. Van Buskirk with an engine on him in that middle of the park, box to box. Wofford midfielder. Storm using a little bit of body there. It's nicely done by Damian Dominguez to force out the possession for a Storm throw-in. Stratton looks one way, decides to leave it for Neto. Neto tosses it back. Storm with a look forward, but instead opt to recycle. Andrew Elkins shaping up for that big switch, instead knocks it inside to Pierre. Pierre will now play that big switch to Stratton. Stratton, one-touch pass into Neto, beautifully done. Referee raises the offside flag to thwart any promising attack from the Georgia Storm. Definitely look close from up here. Apotheos will have the free kick now. Two sides that do enjoy the possession. Seen a lot of Georgia Storm start with the build-up out of the back and then look to switch it long once they see the pressure. Giorrios, Laminjane. Direct threaded pass, great first touch from Apotheos. Leonard, again looking for movement. You hear the cry of movement from the Apotheos players. Big switch to Damfer. Damfer with an intricate touch out of the air and then confident in taking his space. Gio Rios checking all day long, looking for the possession. That time a wayward pass. 11 minutes gone here from the University of West Georgia. 0-0 your scoreline. Jessica Charman bringing you NPSL action. Beautiful day here in West Georgia. Heated conditions, and for Apotheos, those conditions could be troublesome. Only one player on the bench for the visitors. Lots of weight in those legs. Apotheos played a midweek friendly against Chattanooga. They were victorious in that game, but how costly will those extra minutes be for this side? White winds through traffic. Nicely done by White. A little feint of the shot. Apotheos with Journey. Beautiful spin by White again, toying with the defense. White looking for an angle to shoot, but has to recycle to Camden. Camden, inside pass to Dante. Dante, under some nice pressure from Van Buskirk, forced all the way back to their defensive line. Georgia Storm putting that defensive block. All 11 players for Georgia Storm behind the ball, trying to tell Apotheos, break us down if you can. Poor pass, almost a giveaway to Anand Denise. Denise does enough to earn his side the throw. Far side throw-in for Georgia Storm. It's a long looping throw. Dominguez will take it down. Dominguez to Denise. Denise shaping for the cross. Instead, tries to lay it inside. Clearance is deflected, but Apotheos will come away. Ripper into Van Buskirk. Van Buskirk with a nice 180 spin. Knocks it wide to Stratton on this left flank. Stratton, driven cross. Looking to knock it across the 18, but nobody there. Having talked to a couple of my friends that called the Apotheos game last week, a lot of the discussion was about how Georgia Storm were resilient. They worked hard defensively, and Apotheos knocked and knocked on the door all day long. They were unable to break it down till the 89th minute. This game has a very even feel about it, though, and Georgia Storm be encouraged by their first 14 minutes of play here. Always helps to be at home with the incredible crowd, of course. The Storm Chasers, the fan group of Georgia Storm, pride themselves in creating a great atmosphere for these players. Referee had called that one back for the offside. The linesman down on this near side raised his flag instantly. One of the refreshing differences between NPSL and MLS is that quickness to be able to raise the flag without VAR. Ripper. Plenty of space to drive into. Finds Stratton left side. Stratton opens his hips and drives. Stratton gets it back off of the pass from Neto. Neto went down after the challenge. Still on the ground. Referee says, let's go. As Pierre through traffic. Stratton has the overlap of Neto. Finds it outside the 18. One pass too many, but Van Buskirk with a crunching challenge. Apotheos able to regain it with the loose ball. They then create their own loose ball that Van Buskirk will get onto. Pierre. Knock forward. Beautiful ball from Pierre. Gutierrez inside the 18. Gutierrez chips towards the back post. Chested down on the volley. And Nan Denise almost with a worldy goal on the volley. Chests it down. It's beautifully done. The crossbar saves Apotheos. We get another look at that technique. It was gorgeously done as we see it rattle the crossbar there. Crossbar still shaking after that strike from Nan Denise. Best opportunity so far of this match falls to the home side. Georgia Storm inches away from getting the first goal of this match. Missed chances, unfortunately, have been all too familiar for the Storm this season. Just 5 goals that they've been able to celebrate during NPSL 2023. They'll hope to give the crowd something to cheer about today. Van Buskirk, instrumental in controlling the midfield for Georgia Storm. Pierre, with some space to drive, finds Denise. Denise, heavy touch to set himself up. Driven cross towards the back post. Good goalkeeping from Pleites to come to claim. Henry Pleites bowls it out into traffic. Hospital from the goalkeeper. Strike from distance, driven, deflected. Should be a corner, and it is. Manic moment in this match that we'll get another look at to see if we can check what happened. It was wild from the goalkeeper, bowling it straight to Denise. Denise with the cross, unable to clear it out of play. And we get another look at the way that one deflected it off. Georgia Storm wasted the corner, but they are able to recycle here. Van Buskirk, left side, knocks it back into Neto. Neto across in to Pierre. Pierre and Neto just having a bit of a give and go as Van Buskirk drives. Beautiful cut one way by Spencer Van Buskirk. Stratton into the path of Pierre. Pierre, again, not afraid to take that strike. Little touch. Dominguez. Dominguez with a strike. Blocked away. Georgia Storm lining up to take strikes, but now Apotheos will look to counter. Really good quickness of thought by Georgia Storm to get the bodies back behind the ball, but they have recovered it. Van Buskirk crosses it in. A little cheeky back heel effort from Dominguez. Easy pickings in net from Pleites. Dominguez never able to generate another power to test the goalkeeper. We see the move here. Beautiful ticky-tacky soccer. Van Buskirk with the driven cross. A cheeky little back heel from Dominguez, but never going to challenge Pleites in goal. If you're just joining us on this NPSL match on YouTube and 11, it is Apotheos, the #1 team in the South region of NPSL, in the black jerseys from left to right on your screen. The bottom of the league, Georgia Storm, in the white and black stripes from right to left. It is Georgia Storm awarded a free kick here for some over physicality on that far side. I remind you that because if you're watching this game, you would have no idea as a neutral which team was #1 and which was bottom of the league. Georgia Storm have been brilliant in the first 19 minutes of play here from UWG. Van Buskirk has been streaming down this left-hand side for fun all night long. Threads a pass, gets its way to Neto. Neto driven in, a heavy touch though. Sees Apotheos with Gio Rios. Gio Rios takes a glance ahead, has no one in support. The Clayton State man is solo. Rios earns a foul. Smartly done by Giovanni Rios to draw the foul. We'll see what made the referee go to his whistle with this one. Giovanni Rios assessed his scenario, knew there wasn't too many options ahead of him, and instead forces the contact from behind and earns a dangerous-looking free kick for his side. 2 stand over the free kick. Gio Rios asking, why is Neto not receiving a yellow card? I think the referee is just suggesting that there wasn't quite enough in that foul in terms of Gio Rios' promising forward movement. Tambadu will take the free kick towards the back post. Damfer was the nearest to it, but he can only flick it out for a deep Georgia Storm defensive throw. A wasted effort from Apotheos. Georgia Storm have a streaming Stratton forward. Stratton takes a beautiful touch. Stratton slowed down but able to knock it back into the boots of Gutierrez. Gutierrez inside. Pierre knocks it wide. Denise strikes it and always sails over. Great transition though from this home side. The speed that they were able to counter-attack forward. We see here the movement with Pierre into Denise. That's been a great looking connection in this match, but Denise perhaps a little selfishly looking to go for goal when he had more options inside. Storm increasing their pressure as this match continues. A reminder, Apotheos, just 2 players on the bench today. Fatigue will be checking in these hot Georgia conditions, over 90 degrees down at pitch side, compared to the 7 players on the bench for Georgia Storm. They'll be able to empty that bench if they choose to and get fresh legs whenever they please. Dominguez, right side battle. Nicely done. Defended tidily, though, by Cisse. Cisse has handled Dominguez very well so far for Apotheos. And now the long ball forward. Leonard in the chase. Neto, though, calmly recycles to Bailey in goal. Bailey confident with the ball at his feet, as the modern goalkeeper has to be, but a poor giveaway. Bailey will opt to go long. Shaky moments, but Van Buskirk thought he'd been able to control it, and now the referee's whistle does get Storm a get out of jail free card, because that was some risky business from the home side. Beautiful touch by Denise, and he'll drive forward solo. Anand Denise gets chopped down, and it's a perfect opportunity for a free kick for Georgia Storm. 21 yards outside, fairly central. We see the foul as Denise drove forward confidently, and even though the Apotheos player claims he tried to pull his foot away, Denise was always going to hit the turf and always going to gain a free kick here. Quickest to grab that ball was Greg Stratton, the former Missouri State man, wants to take claim of this shooting opportunity. He is joined by Anand Denise, the earner of the free kick. But Stratton with that right boot should offer a good shooting opportunity here as Henry Pleites in goal for Apotheos, trying to sort his wall out correctly. So a 4-player wall for Apotheos. And Stratton has won the battle to take the free kick. Stratton, shot off the post! Shooting opportunity, goal! Gutierrez perfectly pounces and rips the ball into the back of the net. Georgia Storm have the 1-0 lead. Greg Stratton with a free kick that rattled the post. And Mauro Gutierrez, Johnny on the spot with the rebound, calmly slots it into the roof of the net. Get another look. Stratton with that right foot, curled it around the wall, hit the post. Was great technique from Stratton. Goalkeeper was rooted to the spot, and Mauro Gutierrez able to find the rebound just outside the 6. A really difficult angle, actually, and Mauro Gutierrez, the Georgia Southern star, made that look easy. Statistic that Georgia Storm fans will not want to hear is how they have struggled with conceding after scoring. You look at the Georgia Revolution game, the last game I called here, and scored in the 66th, conceded in the 68th against Appalachian, scored in the 84th, conceded in the 88th and the 90th minute. They have struggled to remain focused after scoring. Today, they will look to change that at home with that goal in the 26th minute from Mauro Gutierrez, putting them in the lead here against the #1 side in the South Conference of NPSL. It's a goal that had been coming for Georgia Storm. They have hit the woodwork 2 times so far and have been the more dominant side in front of frame. Apotheos, though, will hope to continue the trend and look to create some sort of forward momentum. Dante to Blake White. White will get it back, 360 spin. Long searching pass, looking for Rios. Rios tried to tiptoe the ball down, but just couldn't get on the end of that ball convincingly. Goal kick for the Storm. Despite what your score line says on the graphic, it is 1-0 right now for the Georgia Storm. The goal in the 26th minute from Mauro Gutierrez, the difference between these two sides. Late challenge, referee blew his whistle. Georgia Storm probably a little frustrated as Damian Dominguez had broken through and was looking like he could have had an advantage. Referee had already blown the whistle, though, couldn't see that one coming. Elkins, long ball forward. Dominguez will use his body well. Damian Dominguez so strong and earns his side a throw. A little bit of afters there. Need to keep minds on the game as Dominguez threw it in nicely to Denise, and Denise just ran out of real estate on the touchline. Looking like some frustrated body language creeping in to these Apotheos players. Haven't faced too much adversity so far this season. If you look back to their results recently, the 1-0 win against Georgia Storm, also a 3-2 victory at home to Georgia Revolution. unbeaten so far this season. They'll look to change the scoreline here, though. Leonard checks into the left. Big searching switch. Looked like Yahweh struggled with that one in the light. He is able to find Rios. Rios into the 18. Referee's flag is raised, though. Promising effort again, displaying the danger that Apotheos does possess. All so often it's through that man, Gio Rios, on your screen. Rios tried to find a way to trick through 6 defenders, but was thwarted by the offside flag. Long ball to that right-hand side. Dominguez not able to control it. Speed of the game just slowing here as that fatigue and heat tiredness begins to trickle in. Speaking of trickling in, a decent crowd arriving at the University of West Georgia as well. It is Georgia Storm night, so plenty of youth players finding their way into the crowd. Tambadu dispossessed defensively by Neto. Georgia Storm and their GM, Stephen Bivens, have done a great job of different initiatives to try and pack the Georgia Wolves Soccer Stadium. Today, anyone wearing a Georgia Storm jersey's entire party got free entrance into the stadium. Denise, long ball, was looking for Dominguez. Dominguez forces Apotheos to play back to their goalkeeper. But that is something that Apotheos are well in depth to do. Nice little ball forward to find a pocket of space. Far side is Camden. Camden into the 18. Onto his left, cuts it back at a deadly angle. Really well done by Camden to really create anything from that position. And we get another look here at that footwork from Camden. Defended well by Justin White to force him down the touchline, but Camden with the intricate effort. Gio Rios again causing havoc, though, for the defense of the Georgia Storm. The Clayton State man so difficult to handle, and yet again Rios able to earn a free kick. We've seen Georgia Storm equalize, or score rather, off of a free kick. Apotheos will look for an equalizer from this dead ball. UAB's Blake White stands over it, 2 hands on hip. Blake White, 1 hand up, chips it in, beautifully done, and they score. Offside flag is raised, though, and Georgia Storm will take a sigh of relief. It was Alhaji Tambadu that had the ball in the back of the net. The offside flag, though, was raised. We see again what happened here with the free kick. It was Blake White that put it in, and Tambadu, you wonder how he was caught offside from the free kick. Usually you're able to time your runs a little better there. So you saw the reaction of Apotheos. They were not happy about that one being called back. Georgia Storm with the 1-0 lead still. Apotheos have had the ball in the back of the net, though. Tambadu will look to try and find a goal of his own again, but now it's the Georgia Storm counter-attacking. 4v4. Denise down the middle. Plays it wide to Dominguez. Dominguez trying to thread it through the eye of the needle into Mauro Gutierrez, but is cleared away by Apotheos. Georgia Storm flooding bodies forward into the attacking third, though, taking more risks, feeling more confident, and rightly so. Big step by Stratton. Stratton cuts it back. Denise with the shot that's blocked away. Leonard, a counter-attack of their own for Apotheos. End-to-end stuff as Jane. Jane, little cut to the other foot. Big save. Huge save from Bailey from a quick range. Gets down to his right-hand side and parries it away. It was Journey with a dangerous run and a venomous strike that Bailey is able to parry away. This game opening up now in the 34th minute. Gio Rios winding across onto his left, cuts the strike and scores. Giovanni Rios, the Clayton State superstar, with the equalizer for Apotheos FC. Get another look at the goal here from Gio Rios. Turns, winds inside, and the minute he shapes up onto that left, you know he's going to take the strike and puts it into the pocket corner of the frame that Robert Bailey is never able to save. 1-1 the scoreline, 34th minute. And unfortunately, a common trend, just 8 minutes between the goals for Georgia Storm, unable to hold on to a lead during this season convincingly. Georgia Storm, who have been so good in the first 35 minutes of this match, dominating chances going forward, caught off guard by a moment of magic from Gio Rios. Storm will look, though, to instantly find their way back in the lead. Denise earns a deep throw-in for his side. Referee went with the AR's call. Assistant referee and the referee disagreeing over who that throw would be awarded to, but it is eventually ruled to be Apotheos' ball. Deep, deep throw in right by the corner flag. Flicked on, but only as far as White. Inside the 18, big challenge away. Van Buskirk, couple of step overs. Beautifully done by Van Buskirk. Chipped into Denise, headed down by Dominguez, and a lack of communication from Damian Dominguez and Hernan Denise. Get another look at Van Buskirk's delivery. It looked like Denise would have been able to meet that one with more power, but Dominguez wasn't aware of his teammate's run. Rios, goal scorer for Apotheos. Pointing forward, looking for movement ahead. Knocks it too far ahead for Wilfried Camden. Camden, the Life University man. Spencer Van Buskirk finds a checking Stratton. Stratton, one of the most versatile players on this Storm roster, has played across the field all season. Wherever his team needs him. Denise, nice little overlap from Gutierrez. Gutierrez cuts it back towards the penalty spot. Nobody there for Georgia Storm. So Apotheos streaming bodies forward now. Georgia Storm being opened up too easily here. Rios cuts it inside. Restarting back is Dampfer. Apotheos. Far side, Cisse, nice little cut. Tries to cut into the 18, but dispossessed by a good Georgia Storm tackle. Storm caught between two minds in who was challenging for that one, and Apotheos able to regain possession. Blake White. Big switch from White all the way across to Leonard. Leonard takes it down. Cuts it back to Tambadu. Leonard. Journey. Journey, ground ball, dispossessed. Was Kevin Pierre unable to win that loose ball, and Apotheos just killing some time here. Less than 10 minutes left in the half. It's the hard work, though, of Pierre to repossess. Justin White. Little bit of space ahead. Couldn't time the run of Damian Dominguez. One of the issues with this NPSL season has been the ever-changing starting lineups. Different players not being able to get as much chemistry as perhaps you're able to build in a college season. A lot of these Apotheos players have the benefit of playing UPSL action together, know how they play, have that added chemistry built into their style of play. That being said, of course, a very different roster for Apotheos, being torn between the UPSL KSA game and this one. Pierre all the way back in goal to Robert Bailey. Bailey's made a couple of very good saves. Not too much he could have done from the strike of Rios. Here is Rios. Rios gets it back. Able to lay it wide. Leonard. Back to Jane. Apotheos with their own triangular build-up play. White to Tambadu. Tambadu down the line again to Leonard. Storm with everyone behind the ball except for their outlet man, Damian Dominguez. Dominguez having to do the leg work with the high press, though. Apotheos using the ball to exhaust the Storm here. Lots of thankless chasing, but now it is thankful as they're able to regain possession. Van Buskirk overlap to Stratton. Stratton will keep it in. One-time ball. Stratton left it for Gutierrez. Gutierrez over to Denise. Denise inside the 18. Cuts one way. Chopped down. Should be a penalty. And the referee waves him away. It looked like blatant contact on Denise inside the 18. And Georgia Storm can't catch a break with the refereeing. Gutierrez this time gets awarded the foul, and you've either got to book Denise for simulation if you think he's dove there, or you give the penalty. There's no other explanation really for that one. You either think it's simulation or it's a foul. Georgia Storm was hoping for an ideal opportunity from 12 yards out to pull ahead in the 41st minute. Referee Brandon Adams disagrees. Justin White swings it to the edge of the 18. It's headed up by Stratton. And Apotheos will keep it in play. 42nd minute. 1-1 your scoreline between the number 1 Apotheos and the number 6 Georgia Storm. Top versus bottom. Underdog Storm have hung on here, taking the lead in the 26th minute, but it was a 34th minute equalizer from Gio Rios that swung the momentum in favor of the visitors towards the end of this second half. Georgia Storm will have a throw in far side. Denise, so tricky. He's chopped down. Referee will call the foul, and he's going to his pocket here. Was a late challenge from Lamine Cisse, and the referee will flash a yellow card. See Andrew Elkin suggesting that it should be a color different for it. Just looked like a very awkward one for Lamine Cisse. The contact is very, very high. Oftentimes it is that height of the contact which leads to the color of card that is given. Contact from Cisse did strike Denise in the head. See on the field. Some more pushing going on here. Lots of frustration between these two sides, and a lot of this frustration probably lingering from that earlier penalty that was not given. The athletic trainer is entering the field now just to get a check on Anand Denise. Still seeing Andrew Elkins imitate the style of contact, the ninja style kick with studs being flashed that all too often is given as a red card. We get another look again at the contact here. Make your own minds up at home with what you think about this one. Was a throw-in in, Denise with a heavy touch, and he's kicked him in the head. And listen, intent is not the issue when it comes to refereeing decisions. It's got to be about protecting the safety of the players. And from my analyst standpoint, Lamin Cisse is quite a lucky boy to only have seen a yellow card there. Will be a free kick for Georgia Storm. Last time they had a free kick, Greg Stratton hit the post and Maura Gutierrez was there for the rebound. This time it's Spencer Van Buskirk standing over the ball. 45th minute. Expect to see quite a bit of stoppage time though. Van Buskirk with the long run up. Two-player wall for Apotheos. Van Buskirk dinks it, headed. So good connection from Pierre, but didn't have the aim to reflect it back onto target. An opportunity that goes away for the Georgia Storm. See that opportunity one more time. Van Buskirk's delivery is good, but Pierre can't bend his neck around the ball enough. Just not quite the right run for that sort of service. Gutierrez to Stratton. Stratton to Van Buskirk. Pierre checks both shoulders. Pierre looking for a run ahead of him. Can't find Dominguez. Pierre stepping forward, leaving a little bit of space that Apotheos could exploit. They go long. It's an important header back by Elkins. Really well done by Elkins to time that header to prevent the onrushing Giovanni Rios. Ripper. Huge switch from Ripper looking for Denise. Denise can't make it stick. In fact, it will be the corner kick defended well by Apotheos. So we enter stoppage time. Georgia Storm will have a good opportunity from the set piece. Be an out swinging ball. It's Mauro Gutierrez. 2v2 counterattack is on. Mauro Gutierrez. Goalkeeper has it, and here is the 2v2 opportunity. Referee blows a free kick. And in fact, referee blows for half-time. Barely any stoppage time given by the referee despite those lengthy stoppages. And we will go into halftime here in NPSL action 1-1. It was Georgia Storm off to the races in the 26th minute. Mauro Gutierrez, but a 34th minute equalizer from Giovanni Rios has us tied here at 1-1 at halftime. For Jessica Charman, going to grab a sip of water, suggest you do the same, and we'll be back with some highlights in just a minute and 45 minutes more of action here as we look to find a winner between these two sides. Welcome back in to NPSL action. Jessica Charman here as we get a little look at some of the highlights from the first 45 minutes between Georgia Storm and Apotheos. It was a 1-1 affair in those first 45 minutes with goals from Mauro Gutierrez in the 26th minute and Gio Rios in the 34th minute. A physical affair, as we're seeing from this free kick. It was this free kick, though, that would lead to the game's opening goal, a deflection from the strike from Stratton off of the post, and it was Mauro Gutierrez incredibly there to equalize. Apotheos may have a different squad than usual. Lots of changes for them, split between two games with KSA and Apotheos, but they were able to create many an opportunity. We see this free kick from Giovanni Rios incoming as well. Gio Rios, a hugely dangerous player. This free kick was ruled offside. No goal there. Another dangerous player has been Lamin Journet. We're seeing him here force a huge save out of Robert Bailey. Robert Bailey in goal from Georgia Storm will be disappointed perhaps to have been beaten from this strike by Gio Rios. Rios didn't connect with it with as much pace and power as maybe we're used to seeing from the Clayton State man, but still found its way in to the back of the net. Talk about that physicality there. No love lost between those two players, and it really has been an exciting first 45 minutes. And the good news for all of you at home is that we've got another 45 minutes for you incoming. Jessica Charman here with you on 11 YouTube, wherever you're consuming this fantastic NPSL action. Always exciting to watch this level of soccer and the way that it's able to develop individuals from the college game and also bridge the gap between the professional game as well. I'm going to take a quick breather while the two teams get their final starting huddles, and in just a minute we'll be bringing you the entire second half here as we look to see if someone will come victorious in this one-wheel draw between Georgia Storm and Apotheos FC. As the team step back onto the pitch, we'll rejoin you here from the broadcasting booth at the University of West Georgia. Jessica Charman here for NPSL action between Georgia Storm and the visitors Apotheos FC. 1-1 the scoreline after the first 45 minutes, but neither of those teams will be content for settling for a draw. Expect a fiery 45 minutes incoming. It is Georgia Storm in the white jerseys from left to right. And it is Apotheos in the all-black from right to left. Will be a Georgia Storm kickoff to get us underway here. Standing over the ball is Damian Dominguez. Dominguez will knock it back to Van Buskirk, and it's time to kick it for another 45 minutes. Anand Denise instantly looking to swing a ball into a dangerous area. Easy pickings, though, by Henry Pleites in net. Be interesting to see when Georgia Storm head to the bench. They have a deep opportunity to get some subs and fresh legs in when you compare it to Apotheos, low on numbers. Camden driving forward on the edge of the 18. Strike is blocked and it's cleared away by Georgia Storm. Dominguez will head it up, looking to get onto the own header. His pressure forces Damfer to knock it out for a Storm throw-in. Storm not in a particular hurry with this one, as Van Buskirk will control. Spencer Van Buskirk with such a high soccer IQ moves the ball so well as he finds Pierre inside. Georgia Storm looking to possess nicely here, and they do so through Stratton. Stratton, though, with the giveaway. Blake White looking to set things in motion. Journet, right side flank. Journet has Rios inside, driving himself into the 18. Journet cuts it back, cleared away by White. Georgia Storm did well to get bodies back in and behind to recover. The press of Apotheos has dropped off in this second half, probably because of the work rate in those legs, as Hernan Denise winds through a couple of challenges. Denise bodied off of the ball. Referee says nothing there. Dante chips it forwards. Robert Bailey will control. See the intensity out of the Georgia Storm, looking to take that one quick. Gutierrez gets the ball wide, little give and go. Spencer Buskirk will control in the middle of the park. Right side, White. Inside ball to Moro Gutierrez. Gutierrez, left side flank, offside flag is raised. Referee hasn't noticed it yet, and nor has the play. Will be deflected off for a corner, but the referee will now notice the offside flag, and it will be nothing doing. No corner. Instead, it will be the free kick as we get another look at that phase of play there. Some beautiful footwork far side, but unfortunately will count for nothing for Greg Stratton as the referee has opted to pull it back for the offside flag. Apotheos, a little bit of possession of their own. An intense press, though. We'll see Dominguez repossess possession. Dominguez tries to cut it back, deflected, and it will be the corner this time. They say the ball don't lie, and Georgia Storm will feel that's correct as they do now get an opportunity for that corner kick. Gutierrez will come over to this near side touchline to take the corner. Gutierrez. One hand up, outswing and delivery. Gutierrez towards the back post. Beautifully done. It's headed over the crossbar. But a nice looking delivery by Gutierrez to Stratton, and Stratton can't get over the top of it to head it down and home. Get another look at how close Stratton was. Just gets underneath it and always sailing over the crossbar, unfortunately, for the Georgia Storm. Georgia Storm looking to create another opportunity as White switches to Gutierrez. Gutierrez onto the rebound. His strike, though, is blocked. You saw Damian Dominguez asking for the pass. From that angle, though, you always expect to see Gutierrez go for frame. Tying of the shoelaces for Henry Pleites. Hasn't quite mastered the art of the goalkeeper tying their gloves. Or their boots, rather, with their gloves. Denise. Denise to Gutierrez. Nice little cheeky flick by Gutierrez. Dominguez almost got onto the end of that one. He was caught off guard with the quick thinking, though, from Gutierrez. Van Buskirk finds Denise. Denise with a little step inside. Nicely done to find Pierre. Pierre to Gutierrez to Denise. Beautiful play, though, from the Georgia Storm. Just a matter of inches away from connecting perfectly. Get another look at that passing movement from Georgia Storm. Very encouraging from the home side, the way they've been able to ping the ball around today. Will be an Apotheos throw-in. Caught late was Neto. He'll earn his side the free kick. Heard Neto from all the way up here make sure the referee knew there was contact. Georgia Storm undoubtedly been a little frustrated with the way this game has been officiated in the first half. Will have argued they should have had a penalty and a red card go in their favour. But can't be thinking about that right now. Have to control what they can control, which is their performance. And here the high press almost putting Apotheos in a lot of trouble. Big step out of the back line. It's well done by Elkins. Dominguez using his body. Gets it to Stratton. Stratton with a little rainbow flick across to Gutierrez. Looked like Gutierrez going to shape up to strike, but instead goes on to his right. Gutierrez hacked at his feet. White with the heavy touch. Steps in. Powers through. White to Denise. Denise with the drill pass. Dominguez with the back heel. Goal! Putting it in at the back post was Pierre. Kevin Pierre with the final touch. But total football from the Georgia Storm. We want to have another look at that one up here because that was gorgeous. The little cheeky flick from Dominguez was buried home by Kevin Pierre. Apotheos are going wild, claiming that it was offside, but no VAR in this house, so it will not be looked at, and Georgia Storm will not be robbed of a goal that was an absolute picture of perfection. 2-1 the lead for Georgia Storm. Get one more look at it because why not? It's a goal that you're going to want to watch over and over again. Dominguez again with that cheeky little back heel, and Pierre put a hole in the net with the way he buried that one. Georgia Storm yet again leading the way, 2-1 the scoreline. We've seen Apotheos be able to fight back one time in this match. 8 minutes between the first goals for both these sides, but Georgia Storm need to defend tightly here. Apotheos not happy with the refereeing now. Both sides have had their areas for complaints. But right now, Georgia Storm sitting happy with that 2-1 lead. Cries of keep the possession. Georgia Storm want to utilize the ball. Gutierrez, though, dispossessed. Counter-attack on for Apotheos in tradition. Rios. Caught late, earns a foul. Giovanni Rios, such a tricky player to have to try and defend, and this time earns a free kick. A yellow card flashed at Mauro Gutierrez for clearing the ball away. Mauro Gutierrez won't want to hear this, but the last time I called a Georgia Storm game, he was sent off for a second yellow. So Mauro Gutierrez will have to be smart to stay on the pitch right now. Will be a free kick for Apotheos. Mustafa Dante stands over the delivery. Dante will knock it short, play a little pitch and catch, and then bid the big switch far side. Headed down, but nobody home. Pierre, the scorer of Georgia Storm's leading goal, unable to connect. Header tennis that Rios takes out of the air. Rios able to find some sort of space to get it over to Camden. Camden blocked out. Good block by Andrew Elkins, but it will be a corner for Georgia Storm. Georgia Storm with the in-swinging corner. Camden with the right-footed delivery. Bodies coming forwards for Apotheos, including Captain Damfer. Damfer is the target. Managed to generate an impressive amount of power for the awkwardness of the header. Had the power, but not the placement. So get another look at that corner. Just a difficult one to bend his neck around to head it forward on frame, and couldn't challenge Bailey in goal. Long ball forwards. Georgia Storm picking up the rebounds. The second ball has been a really big improvement in this game for the home side. First to every second ball in the first 11 minutes of this second half. Sun beginning to calm behind the clouds as well. Apotheos will be very happy about that. Their bench looking few and far between. One field player, one goalkeeper for Apotheos. Shirt pull is called. Denise earns the free kick. The call is that there was a shirt tug from Camden. Van Buskirk has a little bit of real estate to move into. Van Buskirk to Stratton. Stratton bodied off the ball. Nothing given. Gio Rios with a turn of pace. Rios, solo run. Lays it across to Jane. Jane strike blocked by the on-rushing Elkins. It's a really good recovery from Elkins to get an important block. Non-stop from Apotheos. They'll take the corner early. Gio Rios skips through it. Cuts it back. Cleared away. Apotheos not willing to take any blocks or risks here. They want to go fast. Looks like Jane picked up an injury in that one, but White will continue. Jane just tugging a little bit at his hamstring down on this left-hand side. Concerning for Apotheos as Lamin Jane has not been able to regain his stride. Apotheos will keep playing. Jane now finding a little bit of a jog. Good to see him recover. Camden. Big switch to that far side. Can he keep it in? Tambadu manages to save it. Incredibly done by Tambadu. Tambadu cuts it back. White with a little stutter step before he struck it. Nice technique from UAB's Blake White, but an easy save from Robert Bailey. We see here that work rate from Tambadu and a nice looking cross to pick out Blake White, who tried to sort his feet out but couldn't generate enough power to beat Bailey in goal. Dominguez heads it on. Denise just not quite close enough to connect. All the way recycled. And Apotheos will try again to create a chance here, finding themselves in another unfamiliar position, trailing in the match. Apotheos side unbeaten this season. They've only conceded 2 goals in one other match before this one. That was a 3-2 win against Georgia Revolution. They are not used to conceding multiple goals in matches, but here Georgia Storm have rattled the Apotheos back line. Good spin by Stratton. Stratton, inside touch to Pierre. Pierre knocks it back to Stratton. The goal scorer will get it back. Pierre, the goal scorer of that second goal for Storm. Swung in, back post. Good technique by Polites to handle that at his back post. They'll move forwards now. Long ball forward, Gio Rios. Gio Rios running side to side, gets a little push. Referee says, get up. And when you compare it to what we saw earlier on with Denise, you cannot give one and not the other. Gio Rios, maybe a little stiff arm, but that is the contact you expect to see at this level. Afterwards, she just saw a catch in the highlight, a little bit of a flailing arm from Gio Rios. We will see our first substitutions for Georgia Storm. Dominguez will exit the action. A good shift from him. We'll also see Greg Stratton leaving the field of play. Greg Stratton instrumental in that first goal, of course. Had the free kick that rattled the post. Coming on for Georgia Storm, 2 new players. It's Alex Guzman checking in up top in the number 18 jersey. It's also number 30, Jacob Antoine. We saw one more sub check in. Unfortunately, bad news for Kevin Pierre, the scorer of Georgia Storm's leading goal right now. He's had to come off limping as he did so. So 3 fresh bodies for Georgia Storm. Lamin Jane will try and capitalize on the lack of chemistry on the field for the Storm. Jane back to Camden. Camden spins it towards the back post, cushioned out of the air. White will get it back. White just outside the 18, cuts it across. Good looking cross, goalkeeper and defender unable to communicate clearly. However, the breakaway is on. It's Guzman driving forward. Guzman, couple of step overs, knocks through traffic. Defended well by Apotheos. A good introduction though from Alex Guzman. Journe, big slide tackle out the back from Andrew Elkins. Gets a standing ovation from the Storm Chasers. Elkins has been very good at handling a tough attacking line. Camden spins a strike. Ambitious effort from Camden. Doesn't challenge anybody. Pedro Valenzuela Herrera was the last player to check in, replacing Pierre. So the 3 new players, just to confirm, Alex Guzman, Jacob Antoine, and Pedro Valenzuela Herrera. Lots of new attacking presence for Georgia Storm. Fresh legs to challenge the fatigued bodies of the visitors. Valenzuela Herrera manages to switch it wide. Antoine driven cross, nice looking ball, searching for Guzman, narrowly not far away from connecting for another dangerous opportunity for Georgia Storm. One of the best performances we've seen so far by this side as we get another look at that work down the near side by Antoine. It's deflected away. Georgia Storm now in possession, near side. Justin White swings it across again. Pleites will be equal to it. Jacob Pleites has been very good indeed at those catches towards his back stick. Apotheos, far side. Moving forwards is Tambadu. Tambadu drives a shot, goes near post. Robert Bailey well within his right to take his time, sweet time, to put this one back in play. We'll take another look at that opportunity from Apotheos. Alhaji Tambadu on that right side has been dangerous for Apotheos. Very skillful as a player, but just dragged that shot, unable to connect clearly. Valenzuela Herrera has filled that midfield spot. Very good at checking in to the ball. This time, though, the long searching pass for Guzman. Guzman looking to get onto the loose ball. Guzman strikes with his left. Gorgeously done by Alex Guzman. Pounces on to the loose ball at the edge of the 18 and absolutely rockets it home. Georgia Storm rampant with 3 goals to 1 here. Get another look at the finish. The throw-in to Alex Guzman. Guzman manages to find the hole between 3 Apotheos defenders and rocket it home. Georgia Storm, who have struggled with scoring goals, yet to score more than one goal in a game, tonight have got that bogey off of their shoulder and able to score 3 times at home, and still 23 minutes left in this match. This is the first time in the entire season that Apotheos has conceded 3 goals in a game. Georgia Storm scoring for fun, and the crowd will want more. Throw in. Gutierrez, the target. It's well claimed by Pleites. Gutierrez looking to pounce. Apotheos with those tired legs. Don't forget they had a midweek friendly as well, as Mustafa Dante is chopped down by Georgia Storm's Jacob Antoine. We see the foul that's been called here, and it's a heavy slide challenge by Jacob Antoine. Not too much he can petition the referee for forgiveness for. Georgia Storm have never been able to score back-to-back goals this season, and now they have that security goal. A 2-goal lead, but they will not want to sit back on their laurels. Inside pass to Guzman. Guzman gets it back. Guzman powering into the 18. Cuts it back to himself. Can't get on to that left ball. But Guzman has been a bright spark since entering the pitch. Apotheos, though, always possess a danger when Gio Rios is on the field. Gio Rios cutting across the 18. Rios still in possession. Unable to thread it through to Wilfred Camden. Those were some tired legs from Camden, unable to find the pass. Georgia Storm will again go to the bench and bring on some fresh legs. Looks like Justin White will take a bow for the night. He's done a very good job in this match of controlling that defensive side of things. We'll get a look at who's checking in once he turns his back into that right back position. It is Alec Bravo. Storm feeling confident enough to switch up the back line here with that 2-goal cushion. Gutierrez has a little bit of space. Dinks it far side. Denise trying to spin onto his own rebound. Just wasn't able to solidify the touch. Gio Rios looking for the 1-2 pass. Can he get on the end of it? He can. Rios cutting in on that right foot. Rios takes a strike, sails over the crossbar. Rios unable to replicate the magic that saw him score Apotheos' only goal of the match so far. Get another look at that one. The wayward effort from Rios just gets underneath it, unable to connect well enough. Gio Rios expects better of himself from those angles. Long searching ball forwards. Was Jacob Antoine the target? Antoine can't get onto the end of it. Henry Pleites with the ball at his boots. Reminder that the Georgia Storm are searching for their first victory of the season. They're 0-4-2, just the 2 points on the season. But gaining a 3 points could see them leapfrog Charlottetown Hoops. depending on Charlottetown's result. Down on the ground is Anand Denise. Denise looking in a bit of pain, clutching his leg right now. Sight that fans of the Georgia Storm will not want to see. And Matthias Denise has been extremely dangerous. Denise looking for the referee. Didn't see what led to Denise being down on the ground. Looked a bit innocuous from up here at least. Referee says, let's get going. It's another fairly long stoppage in the 73rd minute of action. 3-1 the scoreline. Very good second half from Georgia Storm. Has seen them add 2 goals to the tally. As, again, some off-the-ball action sees Anand Diaz down on the ground. Denise, rather. And these are the scenes you don't necessarily want to see in the sport. Another off-the-ball incident has seen Denise tumble to the ground, and the 4th official is stood there with the referee. We'll see what action is made from the man in the middle. Some off-the-ball antics. We've seen the way that the Georgia Storm bench has popped up. They're definitely not happy with something that happened off the ball. The throw-in was being taken a good 20 yards away. But Anand Denise went to ground. So we're getting a look from the referee. Obviously, he didn't see anything, so no cards given, as Denise earns a foul again. So, interesting battle between Denise and Alhaji Tambadu, to say the least, as a yellow card flashed to the bench. Looks like Coach Joshua Bivens received a yellow card for that one. Coaching staff getting a yellow card for dissent. But it will be a free kick as we get things underway. Free kick is taken. Gutierrez with a nice little step, but unable to get a dangerous delivery in. Van Buskirk will recover. Gutierrez inside to Antoine. Antoine will strike. Took a couple of awkward little skips on its way through to the goalkeeper, narrowly wide from Jacob Antoine. So we see again just how close this one was. Jacob Antoine with a little feint, and it takes that awkward bobble that had the goalkeeper Pleites scrambling across, but narrowly wide from the second half sub. "15 minutes and some change left in this one, as the Georgia Storm ambitiously look for that first victory. An underdog story as #1 in the league, Apotheos, trailing 3-1 against #6 and rock bottom Georgia Storm. Apotheos lacking those numbers on the field, and fatigue setting in. It's a big switch over to the near side. Goes out of play. Gilbert Leonard unable to save that one in play. Yeah, throw in for the Georgia Storm. Not in a hurry, and understandably so. But this time they do take the throw in down the line. Guzman Guzman inside to Gutierrez, dispossessed by Tambadu. Cleared up long by Apotheos. Again, those second balls have become a masterclass for the home side. Positioned so well, reacting to the loose balls and maintaining possession. Robert Bailey will get a rare touch. Hasn't seen too much of the ball in this second half since the Storm have started to dominate. Denise with a beautiful move. Van Buskirk can't get onto the end of it, but he does earn the throw-in. Georgia Storm strolling up to take this throw-in. Big switch. Finds the boots of Antoine. Antoine, inside touch to Guzman. Gets it back. Two subs combining. Antoine finds a little space. Beautifully done by Antoine. But once he'd made that first touch, was only going to search for goal. Get another look at that individual brilliance from Jacob Antoine to find a pocket of space, leaving two defenders rooted in the spot, but went for glory and just didn't quite come equal to it. High press executed by the Storm. Good little step in by Herrera. Here's Guzman. Guzman has one already. His shot is blocked. Falls to Denise, who strikes it. Goalkeeper Pleites was rooted into the ground. And Guzman staying down after that blocked strike. So we see Denise's effort again. It was a good technique from Anan Denise. And Guzman, who has a goal to his name already. Guzman with the third assurance goal in the 66th minute. Got a little bit of contact in that block strike. I think he'll be okay, though, to remain on the pitch for the remaining 11 minutes. Rios can't find the height to keep that one in play. Gio Rios, scorer of Apotheos' equalizer in the 34th minute, but it's been all downhill since then for the visitors. Two unanswered goals conceded in the second half as a foul is called against Antoine. See here what was done with the foul, and just maybe a little bit overzealous from behind, not too much there. Rios, tricky, defended well. Antoine knows how to use his body, very physical in these blocks. A good dynamic for Georgia Storm to be able to add now that they're seeing out this result. Long ball, just a little bit too ambitious from Jacob Antoine. Half spin. Well done by Camden. Apotheos not going to give up in this one, but it's a great dispossess by Gutierrez. Gutierrez with the wide pass to Guzman. Guzman has the engine to catch on it. Little stutter step, earns a corner for his team. Guzman with the individual work rate to earn his side a corner. Very well done in the corner by Gutierrez. So we see the little fake there and deflects it off of the defender. Not sure how much contact there was on that one by Jera Wu, but Georgia Storm will be happy to oblige in taking the corner. Denise, two hands up. In swinger. Denise into the mixer, headed up and away. Seen a player check in for Apotheos. I want to say I saw that player warming up as a goalkeeper earlier on. We'll see if we can get a number check on number 12 for Apotheos. We do not have a number 12 on the roster, but I am 99% sure I saw that young man in the warm-up saving shots. So we're going to say that Apotheos has brought a goalkeeper onto the pitch. I'll tell you, goalkeepers can make very good forwards, speaking from a little bit of personal experience. Free kick by Cisse. Into the action. So it's taken down by Rios. Rios to Camden. Camden, little flick into Rios. Rios can't stick the touch. Apotheos caught off guard as Guzman able to save the ball on the halfway line. Guzman, cheeky little chip across. Gutierrez, Mora Gutierrez has the pass ahead of him. Finds Antoine, and Antoine and Gutierrez not on the same page. Was a dangerous looking counter attack for the Georgia Storm with tired chasing legs of Apotheos. Gutierrez, as we see the delivery here, was looking for a more dynamic run from Jacob Antoine, but it wasn't meant to be. That will be Mora Gutierrez's last action of this matchup. 84th minute of play. Gutierrez exits the field as Georgia Storm empty that bench. That's kind of the story of the day, the difference between the dynamic these two teams are able to add. Georgia Storm able to keep bringing on fresh legs. This time it was Andy Guzman coming in up top as well. Whereas for Apotheos, they have brought on a goalkeeper off of the bench. Mohamed Lamin Jerawu. Rios having to come all the way to his back line now. Frustrating night at the office for the Peach Belt Conference All-Star. Blake White, chopped down, referee shakes his head. Robert Bailey sends it long. Two Guzmans up top now for the Storm. But it is Apotheos going forwards. Dante manages to connect with Camden. Camden inside. Playing up top right now, Damfer, the defender. Apotheos just trying to throw everything in the kitchen sink to try and get a goal back in this one. With one goal, you think they might get a little bit of momentum to challenge. Camden keeps it in play. Camden cuts it back. So connection by White, but it falls towards this corner flag. Rios opens up his hips. Gio Rios, one-on-one. Cuts on that right, curls the ball. Daphne takes it down inside the 18. A splitting pass, and it's slotted back in by Blake White. And the comeback is on for Apotheos. 3-2 the scoreline. Blake White with the goal. So we get another look at the build-up. Rios knocks it into Damfer. Damfer with a great touch for a defender. And then Blake White bends the ball into the side netting. And Apotheos will look up at that clock and see 5 minutes remain and think that they have a shot in this one. 3-2 the scoreline. Time management and soccer IQ on the minds of this Georgia Storm side as they look to see out a result. They have searched and searched for that first victory of the season, but it has been elusive. Here at home with a 1-goal lead with 5 minutes remaining, they will be desperate to cling on. Challenged in the air. Taken down is the unnamed player, the unrostered player that we are unsure of in this booth of the identity. Will be a free kick though, regardless of who was fouled. Shot from distance, White into the hands of Robert Bailey. And by process of elimination, the backup goalkeeper, never mind, that's the wrong roster. We tried to figure out who this player is. Unfortunately, we were not provided with this information. Keeping the ball now is Georgia Storm. Georgia Storm able to earn a free kick in the corner flag. Apotheos bemused, to say the least, with that decision from the referee. But it will be a golden opportunity to tick some time off of the clock. Georgia Storm into the corner. They look up at that big screen. They'll see 87 minutes and 53 seconds. A golden chance to just use their strength. Guzman in the corner. Well done by Guzman. Becoming more of a UFC fight right now. But he does earn a deep throw, and instead it will be a throw for Apotheos. Apotheos trying to build out the back. So much confidence in the way that they play still. They have a swagger about them, as an unbeaten side would expect to have. Yes, that's right. Apotheos yet to be defeated this season. Jarawu into White. White, who has that goal to his name. Leonard. Leonard cuts it in. Good take by Bailey. That's a really good scoop from the goalkeeper. We'll get another look at the save. It's some tricky little footwork from Gilbert Leonard. And he drives it into a dangerous area through some traffic. Patrick, or Robert Bailey rather, equal to it. Long clearance as Guzman will head it over to the other Guzman. Guzman goes down holding his head. Referee blows the whistle. He's doing that slow amble over the referee. Be interested to see what the call is here. Down on the ground is Andy Guzman. Referee will flash a yellow card now. Yellow card is shown, but it will restart with an Apotheos ball because the entire play was offside. The foul will still earn a yellow card, though. Apotheos running out of time. Regulation has now been completed. We are past the 90 minutes. Everything else is at the discretion of the officials. 3-2 the scoreline here. A thriller of NPSL action. Will there be another piece of drama? Andrew Elkins will try to avoid that. He clears it up the line. Throw in to Rios. Rios. Nice little touch inside. Dante chips it forward, and a comfortable save from Bailey, who will let the time tick in his hands. 6 seconds. The guidance for a goalkeeper with the ball in his hands. He'll bowl it out, though. Get the show on the road. Cleared up long. Goalkeeper to goalkeeper. Pleites will have his own quick distribution. See how long the referee adds. There has been a fair amount of stoppages as Giovanni Rios, dispossessed but earns the throw. Rios tosses it in. Cisse to Damfer. Jarawu. Apotheos need to launch it long. They do not know how long the referee is giving here. Rios through traffic. Cisse. Will he keep it in? He does. Cisse to White. White to Rios. Rios back to Damfer. Damfer, little cheeky dink forward. Be headed down. Heavy touch. Almost connecting was Apotheos mystery forward. Patrick Bailey, or Robert Bailey rather, quick off of his line. Referee yet to glance at his clock. Georgia Storm will be clinging on right now to this lead. Big diagonal switch, looking for Rios. Rios cushions it down to White. White to Rios. Gio Rios. Player Apotheos want the ball at the feet. White. Little cut back. Van Buskirk, though, with a good challenge. Guzman just sends it long. Guzman just trying to clear it up the pitch. Damper will drive forward himself. Time ticking away. Big challenge by Antoine. Pop forward. Guzman will be under pressure. Damper, though, with a beautiful move by the defender. Ebrima Damper has such good ball control. We saw it with the assist on goal number 2 for Apotheos. Big switch. Headed away. Georgia Storm hanging on right now and may have an opportunity of their own with the overlap. Guzman running forward. Andy Guzman takes a strike. Big save. It's a really good save by Pleites to keep his side in it. Clock still running. Referee still playing. Apotheos still with an opportunity to get back into this. Big switch far side. Dangerous charging run forwards by Tambadu. He runs out of real estate. Goal kick. Robert Bailey will do all he can to waste the time. Down went Julio Neto with a little case of cramp, but he's quick up to his feet. Robert Bailey will leave his goal kick to a field player just to see him send it long. Huge kick forward, but it goes straight to the opposition keeper. Apotheos still with a chance. Georgia Storm will hope to snuff out that chance as Rios chests it down. Rios pop pass to White. White into the 18. Cleared away. Gio Rios. Full circle spin. Giovanni Rios inside the 18. Lays it back. Slip. And it's over. Georgia Storm have found a way to be victorious here in Carrollton, Georgia. They pick up their first victory as they gift Apotheos their first loss of the season. A thrilling 90 minutes of action sees Georgia Storm with a second half to remember. Storm goals coming from Mauro Gutierrez, Blake White and Alex Guzman. A night to remember for Georgia Storm as they head to the crowd to celebrate. You see just how much that victory means for Apotheos. A tough night at the office, costed by the lack of depth in their squad. But I have no doubt they will be back as well. But for Georgia Storm fans, bask in this moment. It has been a long time coming. Victory for the Storm. For Jessica Charm, it's been a pleasure bringing you today's action here from the University of West Georgia. Stick and stay for future matches and check out social media for Georgia Storm future games. Enjoy your weekend and happy Father's Day to all the dads out there.